Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4, I think, at this point
so.
of the Sunday Perspective. My name is Dragonfire. With me, I have, as always, a Teludrius
Hello.
and Punky.
Hello.
So today we are going to be talking about
Creative outlets.
yes, and expression. So really, normally our episodes are really like kind of um, professionally done, and we have a script of different things that we're going to talk about. But today is more of going to be just like a open discussion, and we're just gonna kind of be chilling really, and just talking to each other and you guys, while we're just pulling out different stuff, telling you different stories, and sharing the different perspectives with you. Also, today we have a feature where we will actually be opening our cameras for a little bit to share with y'all the different things that we have to share with you guys, like different art pieces and whatnot. So yeah, let's see. What should we start with first? I I'm gonna open it up to you guys. Like, what would you like to share, and what would you like to say specifically about our topic tonight, today?
I think creativity is really a wonderful outlet. Using your creativity to whether it's drawing, coloring, writing. There's so many different forms. And personally, I love to write. I love playing music. And I'm terrible at drawing. I can't even draw a stick figure straight guy.
No.
It's just not
Yeah.
within my abilities.
Right.
But what I can do is color in pictures that people have already drawn.
So, do you actually have some pieces to show us?
Yes.
So I will display some of your pieces, or if you want, you can come up here and
Go ahead.
do it yourself. All right, I'm going to display some of your pieces, and if you have something, a comment to add about what piece I'm showing, please go ahead and do that. All right, here's one. So
I call that one Nala.
Nala.
It reminds me of Nala from The Lion King.
Ooh, yeah, it's I like how the colors are on your drawing. It's so wonderfully balanced and just so beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, and next one.
I use both oil-based colored pencils and glitter gel pens.
Ooh, very nice combination.
I outline my pictures first with the gel pens, and then I color it in with the pencils. And looking at the pictures in the light, you can see that glitter from the pens, and it just adds a cool effect.
Right. All right. Now, here's another one. We got some words here now.
I love wholesome pictures.
Right.
Making them so colorful.
This is so beautiful and so well done.
Thank you.
Look at this. Look at the color balance and just how wonderfully spread it is. Look at this.
It's very satisfying to go from an empty page of just lines to something really bright and colorful and cheerful.
And I feel like art has that another aspect to it, that aspect of completion. Like you put so many,
a lot of work into it, a lot of hours.
Yeah, you put so many hours into it, and then when you see the product finally done, is
fulfilling.
Correct.
Satisfying.
Thank you for those words. All right, we're gonna keep going with these pictures because there are quite a few, and all of them are worth looking at 100%. Look at this. What does that say? Rise above the little things. I think that has a very interesting message.
Yeah.
Especially like in the modern climate with the way things are, I think this is a very cool thing to have.
Oh yeah.
To be honest. All right.
And then some of them are just fun, cute little things.
Right.
This one.
Oh, this one. This one's really
Cute.
good. This one's just straight up awesome. Look at this.
That's a hippie animals coloring book.
Right. Oh. That's a really hilariously wonderful concept.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, they take a lot of time, but they're very calming and therapeutic and almost meditative.
So this hippie concept, is that your own addition to an already existing drawing, or?
No, that it's the literal name of the book is Hippie Animals.
Oh.
And I love the 1960s hippie, wave. So like that was just kind of up my alley. I
Oh.
love animals and they look cute as hippies.
Very nice. That's so cool. That's actually really cool. Alright, this one is unexpectedly adorable. Actually, they're all adorable. Look at this, y'all.
Little daisy chain chick.
Look at this. This is awesome. Oh, man. And that rainbow on the top just completes it. Absolutely completes the look. So good. Alright. Oh, look. I was before we actually started the podcast, I was saying that this picture kind of looks like a 80s grandma.
That's actually my dog.
Yeah.
I based it off my pit bull Molly. The little white spot in between her eyes. That's something Molly's got.
Right.
Of course, I showed it to my entire family, and they're like, "Who is that?" They didn't recognize their own dog.
Oh man. Okay. Well, this is really good. Yeah, this kind of I can kind of comment on this because listen, my experience with pit bulls have always been amazing. Especially with this one right here, with Molly right here. They're one of the most gentle, loving dogs ever. Period. Like there's no other thing I can say other than that. That's it. So good. All right. So before we show the last picture, do you guys have anything to add?
Oh yeah, I have something right here I'd like to add. Like there was a poem I'm looking for. I'm gonna keep looking for it, but I found something I can share in the meantime.
Oh, okay.
I found an original copy of one of our band songs right here, like what me, Dragon, Mr. JL, and a friend of ours, Mr. S, were working on.
Right. So let me turn down the mic volume so that it doesn't peak, because right now it's kind of peaking just a little bit, and y'all are gonna go deaf if you hear this. And yeah, so this is a manuscript. I'm not gonna show the lyrics because, yeah, obvious reason, but I'll just show you the state of which this is
Yeah,
in.
it shows a lot of work went into this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can edit a lot.
There's a lot of sweat, tears, and apparently coffee.
Yep.
There's some coffee stains on this that we kind of may have spilled on it while we were working on this. But yeah, this is one of our songs. This is actually, I think, one of our earliest songs, which kind of makes sense because of the way because of the state the thing is actually in. But yeah, this is wonderful. This is like, when we totally go platinum in a few years, this is gonna be great.
It's gonna be on eBay for like $50,000.
Yeah, I know, right? 50,000, I'd say a million.
Yeah.
I'm gonna value myself high.
I'm gonna be the one selling it.
Of course, yes. All right, and the final.
It's upside down.
Oh. And the final picture for Punky's side is this.
It's my favorite. It's a jellyfish.
It's a jellyfish, guys.
She's so pretty.
I almost want to pitch to my Twitch chat to pick a name for this jellyfish. Haha. Tweet about it. Look at this, y'all. Let me give you the full look on this. It's so wonderful to look at these things, because like it shows, like, it shows the effort that goes into art. And of course, and something like this is not easy. Like, yeah, if you have to be, very much dedicated. And
It takes a lot of patience.
definitely, because you get, it's like, you get one thing wrong, cool, scratch it out, do it all over again from the start. And I think it's so great that artists are some of the most patient people.
We really are.
Because not only do we have to put up with this, we also, if we're performing artists, we have to deal with, like, the people that we perform to. Because I know, because, like, there's a lot of, I've heard somewhere, I don't know who or how accurate this is, but there's like a disconnect between, like, audience, and some people think that there's a disconnect between audience and performers.
Right.
But, like, I feel like what makes you a good artist is if you can break that fourth wall, if you can make that connection.
Right.
And even in this, like, you're by conveying a message, you can personalize a message, and you can break that fourth wall, and you can, cater to an audience.
Yeah.
That's why art is so prevalent. Art
And
will,
important.
correct.
Very important.
That is true. Oh wait, there's a few things in the back. It's also a good way to tell tales about, like, current events, and perfect transition into what I'm about to show you next. So, this is a poem that I wrote during the Newtown incident, and basically it was just like a little, almost, it's difficult to classify what really I was trying to get through. I was maybe just trying to reach to the parents of the affected, but I definitely wanted to get some sort of, like, message of solidarity and message of peace out there. And the big thing with this is I did a community almost movement with this, where I had my school sign it. There's about 50 signatures that I will not show. But yes, if you guys want, I could actually read it.
Why don't you read it?
Yeah. So this was I wrote this in 2013 or 14. I don't know when that happened. 13, I
It
think.
might have been 2012.
Was it
I
2012?
think it was.
Oh, okay.
That's the year I graduated.
So, we'll read this for you guys. Little angels in the sky, this is not your last goodbye. Little angels, peacefully rest. Don't cry, don't be upset. Look up in the sky and see them fly. Let your tears dry. Their spirits soar high as a dove. Little angels represent our undying love. They dance above us in the breeze. The dance will never end, and they will never freeze. In life we will remember their strife, as we thrive to dive in the pools of life. Little angels are in our hearts and mind. They are in peace they wanted to find. Be hopeful and don't lose strength. You have the will to fight your emotional dent. Your children will cherish every moment with you. Your love for them is strong and true. Little angels peaceful in the sky, this is not your last goodbye. This was,
Aww.
I think, honestly, for me, this was one of the most difficult pieces I've ever written, because the imagery you get from writing a piece like this is, and you're constantly thinking about, the stuff. So it's important for us to, as artists, to take our role very seriously, because we are not only the messengers of the world, we're also the healers.
Yeah.
We have this, like, uniting factor, this on our shoulders that we need to appreciate.
It's something that can bring people together.
That is true. That is very true. Telly, do you want to add anything else? Particular, any stories?
Yeah, I have a story of creativity I'd like to share.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I don't have pictures of it because it's something physical, but it's something me and Dragon created a while ago. Back on his PS3, we created our own little wrestling organization with custom characters.
Oh man, that was a fun time.
Yeah, so we made these custom characters of this one, and we made a whole custom wrestling organization. They're called Skybound Entertainment, right?
Yes.
Yep, and we had our whole division, champions and tag teams and everything, and arenas.
It was a whole thing.
And whole storylines too. I created a lot of good storylines, trying to base them off of real life stuff.
Right. In case y'all can tell, we're extremely big WWE fans.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm wearing a shirt right now.
yeah, literally. Actually, no, you won't be able to show it because the camera is angled that way. But yes, that was another way for us to kind of get creative and kind of just make up storylines. Hey, we are managers of this makeshift band, so what are we gonna do with the talent that is involved in it? And this sounds extremely ridiculous, but actually it helps us kind of in real life with having a band, and just with other projects, you can apply the skills that you use in that, though crazy as it may sound, scenario. You can also apply those skills to the other stuff too. It's just one of those things. And yeah. All right. What else do we have here? All right. You guys want to add anything else particularly?
Well, what I was trying to find was I was trying to find a poem I made. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it. But what the point of it was, I remember it was in college. There was a assignment where you can create a poem by using a picture. So I had a picture of this old looking house in the 60s, and I turned it into a poem of based on zombies.
Right. So where's that thing?
It might be in here.
The poem section that I had. So I feel like poetry is a very, very good thing for us to talk about, because it is, apart from just talking to other people, it's we're kind of making sense of stuff in our own self.
Yeah, it's like talking to yourself as well.
Right, all the stuff that happens, all the goodness, the hard times, whatever you're going through, or just straight up, you get inspired by this random thing, a random bird, whatever. It's just a good way for people who may not be the best at drawing, who may not be the best at, say, making movies or such like that. It's another element of capturing that media and just getting their message out to the world so that they're not feeling completely silenced.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty good. Okay,
I used to write a lot of poetry back in middle school and high school. It was a rough time. So writing poetry was kind of like my lifeline at the time. It was a way of getting rid of certain emotions and feelings, but I don't know. It was just very therapeutic to write.
Again, it kind of ties in with the point that we artists are very much healers. Yeah. But not just to the outside world. Right. To themselves as well. Yes. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. It also, poetry kind of, because I'm rifling through all the poems that I've written, I see that's how really I got into singing and songwriting, is just wanting to tell that story that basically to anybody who I could share it with, just a different way of getting out what I wanted to get out, and then using music with it, and that's how kind of got to where we are today, like with the band stuff. Like
Yeah.
it just really just started with just some poems that I wrote when I'd be feeling some type of way, and I just put some music to it, and there you go, bang. And actually, in a second, I'm gonna have Telly play something for y'all. We're gonna include some like audio creativity, get some like
Okay.
tunage going on. But yeah, okay. I'm just seeing everything. All right, cool. Are you looking for something specific?
I'm still looking for that poem.
Yeah. So as he's actually looking for something, I see a bunch of like pieces of music. I know when I was in not the high school that I graduated from, but the high school before that, I was in. Well, I was in the high school I graduated from. I was also in choir, but I started in the previous school, and they would let us actually keep the music, and I picked like my favorite pieces and just put them in there. I've got like a whole folder, just like Punky does with her drawings and stuff. I've got a whole folder of just different pieces of art, writing, and all that stuff. And yeah, that's cool. What other way? So Punky, what other way apart from drawing do you express yourself artistically? Like what other forms?
Other than coloring, mainly just writing.
Writing.
Writing poetry or writing a short story, stuff like that.
Very cool.
I wanted to bring some of my poetry today, and I completely forgot.
It's
so,
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. If you, yeah, that's okay. So, I think what about you, Telly? What are some ways that you've expressed yourself in terms of creativity, and what are some of your things?
Yeah, I'd say like probably like with the music we make as a band, like I use that. I put my creativity into that.
Right. I think that's where it's also I feel like a creativity and art also kind of bonds people together.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this is a good transition to that, because the three of us, we really bonded over our love for
Definitely.
theater, or our love for music, and that was really our points. I know you may have some like theater stories that if you want to share at some point.
I'll try to think of some.
Yeah, I know one thing I can think of, like when we really became friends was when we were in a musical together.
Everything's groovy.
Yeah, it was like a super cringy musical, but you know what?
It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun, and the best part of it was that we made friends.
Yes, we made a lot of friends with people in that cast.
And connections too. I think some of them we actually still
Oh yeah, definitely
in touch with, and those are like, because that was an experience that we all had together. This going through this musical, just dealing with the different difficulties of singing, of remembering our scripts, and just trying to figure out what our stage presence was.
Mm-hmm.
And that is such a beautiful thing that we can go together as, and it's really a bonding experience. And honestly, if I get to stop by for a bit. Oh, hi, Poet. How are ya?
Hi, Poet.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I just saw your comment because we are so into this conversation right now, and we were having way too much fun with this. But yeah, I think that was very much a bonding experience for us, and it's so good, to be working in that format again, but like in like a different avenue. I know we're working with a theater company, and sometimes we write for them.
Yep.
And there's like different other projects that we're doing with them. But yeah, it's so good to think about that. Like, if we have this creativity background, we have um, this talent, all three of us, that allows us to, have that opportunity to unlock that relationship and to make those key, to have those key people in our life that are like, okay, cool. Well, if I want to do a project, I can go through them,
Mm-hmm.
and they will, basically support us, and they'll be like, all right, um, this is your project, and this, you need to do this, this, and this, and then we will put it on a festival, or we'll run it for you. Like, they've given us that outlet. Having this relationship has given us that outlet
Yes.
to not only not only express ourselves not only express ourselves creatively, but also expand
Mm-hmm.
further on that creativity. Um, Good.
Before I started working with them, I barely ever even written a play.
yeah,
I'd written a movie script, but I'd never written much else. And since working with them, I've written several things.
yeah,
And we wrote something for them too. Remember that?
yeah.
We did.
It was before I actually get into that. Good. How is everyone? We are good.
We are good.
Yeah, we're good.
How are
Really
you?
good.
We're gonna try our best to answer your comments, but like, we're getting so much into the conversation that it's sometimes like actually difficult to like pay attention to chat at the same time. Um, but yeah, continue. What were you saying?
Oh yeah. So me and Dragon, we did do a play for them. I mean, we wrote a story for them.
Yeah. So we did a story. We did a story, I think, based on. Was it the one where we wrote based on our band people and they were backwards, the name were backwards? Is that the one? Or which one did we write together? Because I
The
don't.
one where it was the two story book characters.
The book character. Oh yeah.
that
Yeah. So that one was an interesting one to do, because basically what we did for that one, it was we took and we can go to actually Punky, because I know I did a project with you as well that I would like to talk to you about that. But the one I did with Telly, we actually took the whatever, like, inspiration from my book that is currently unpublished that I'm writing, and we kind of added like almost like a epilogue to it, like
Yeah.
a little kind of a part two, a short part two to
Yeah.
it, to that story, and kind of built up on the information that we already knew. Oh, by the way, Poet, if you have any particular questions of anybody in the cast, please let me know. We will always appreciate you talking to us and just kind of joining in the conversation with us. Um, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. But I'm gonna now go to Punky. What was the project that we worked on together?
I can't remember the name, but I remember, wasn't it like a few friends that were having like we're like having a fire together before leaving?
Right, I remember that one. We had one like the one character that I wrote in particular that I remember was that veteran.
Yes.
I don't remember the
remember that.
name, but the veteran character, and I know there was like some form of like um, grimoire, or like some like it was like a spooky thing.
Yeah,
Spooky.
I think it was just a bit spooky.
It was fun to write, because you know what, I don't really write spooky stuff, and frankly I'm I'm spooked out by spooky stuff.
We'll have fun tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we worked on that, and it was an interesting experience because it was something different for me, and it was nice having somebody who was familiar with that stuff to be like, okay, well, maybe hey Dragon, maybe you shouldn't go that route. Maybe try this route because this route 2 will be more fitting to the plot than route 1. And it was nice to have that, checks and balances and that kind of second opinion. And that's also the beauty of working with somebody when you're doing something like this, because then you can have different perspectives, different backgrounds, different.
And you can learn too.
Correct.
You can learn from them.
Correct.
And they'll learn from you.
Yes, that's a good point. And actually, if you would like to elaborate on that, because you brought that point up, that's you don't know. All right. Well, I'll think of something. So it's nice having those different perspectives from different backgrounds and different ideologies, different. In some cases even different countries, different languages, because then you get this melting pot of art that just the more you add to it, the more beautiful and the more interesting it becomes. And that's great. I'm gonna throw this to chat, actually, Poet, if you're still here. What are some ways that you express yourself creatively? Is it through drawing? Do you sing? Do you play an instrument? What is your creative outlet? And while that is happening, I'm gonna take a quick pause from the podcast and tell you next time we're gonna have our entire band is gonna be here. And we're going to be just talking about our band stuff and, just kind of the different thought processes that went into our songs, or something completely different. We're not sure yet because it's still too early to tell. But yeah, that's going to be that. Okay. Okay. We are currently 34 minutes. All right, cool. We're going to go for 5 more minutes. Keep it short. Yeah. But yes. Anything else you guys would like to add?
Oh, did you still want me to play?
Oh, yeah, play something. Let me play some. So, Telly is going to play some keyboard for y'all real quick.
And don't forget to tell them what we're doing tonight.
Oh, yes. There is. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's
You'll
not
have to slide the keyboard out.
Lift and slide.
Yep, there we go. Alright.
So right now I'm gonna play just the intro of one of our songs right now.
Yeah, make sure it's loud enough though that everybody can hear. So tonight we're gonna be doing a over on Punky's channel. I will drop it on the chat. 94, right?
Yep.
Okay, over on this channel, we're gonna be doing some spooky horror trailer reactions.
So what I'm gonna do, because Dragon is not very familiar with, watching horror movies, whilst I am very experienced in it. So I think it'd be interesting to show him some scenes from horror movies, some scary scenes, and then get his reaction to them, having never seen them before.
Oh, yes.
So it's going to be very, very fun.
the spook is going to be on tonight.
Yes.
All right, everybody. With that said, I think we have pretty much covered everything that we wanted to talk about. This is going to be the general time, the general, length of these podcasts is just half an hour, because there's only so much you can talk about one particular topic. There's going to be some topics that are going to get a little bit longer, of course, but this is generally what we're going to shoot for. And we're going to send you guys off with a little tune by Telly. Tell him.
Alright, I think I remember how to play this one.
Okay. All right, we'll find out in about 1 second.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, I almost forgot. I need to get to the warpad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
I
fine.
wasn't at the right one.
It's fine. Live streaming, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Alright,
what
I
you.
found it.
All right, you did. All right, just do a quick test. Make sure. Sound. All right, give me the note again, just so I can. All right, there we go. Ready? So, before he plays that, I've been Dragon. Along with me has been the Punky Pixie and Teledrius, and we will see you guys next time.